Hey everyone, it's Types, and today we're taking a look at some data. I was going to make a video about playing some of the new cards on Paradox Rift, but Live is down for maintenance like randomly during the middle of the day. Not really sure what that's about, but it's what happened. So instead, I'm going to be looking at this data I got from Limitless. Yeah, so I wrote some code to like get stuff off of Limitless. There's a way that you can do that and stuff. So anyway, that doesn't really matter. Pretty much this is all the data though from all the GLC tournaments, based on how often cards were played or how many times these cards were played. Play Limitless, not regular Limitless. So it has more data. Play Limitless has essentially all the data. Regular Limitless it doesn't have any GLC data at all, I don't think. So yeah, we see I think the total number of tournaments. Here we go. It's the total number of decks is we see just like under 5,000 here, I guess. And so we see a lot of cards. These are all the Pokemon played in these columns here. There are a total of I think it was around 2,000, 2,500. Yeah, like 2,500 different Pokemon played in GLC decks. Obviously, like a lot of them, like 1,000 of them were played by like one person, so that doesn't matter too much. But you look at like say the top 100 here or so. I haven't like sorted this data too much, but you see like the top 100 here, and that's played by like several. Not all of them are several hundred decks, but a lot of them are. And so I want to just take a look at the data and see what we could find here. At some point, I might go over this later as well on like a live stream. If you want me to do that, comment down below if you want me to look at this in a live stream, and then you can ask questions live, and I can like talk about them and stuff like that. By the way, unsurprisingly, cards. This is the whole format history. It should be all the tournaments. I think it was 315 tournaments. So this covers all the tournaments on Limitless, but obviously not all of them had all the cards legal. So newer cards are obviously less played, and we can look at the amount of cards times it like. So these are by set. These are just Pokemon as well. Trainers we'll look at in a second, and energies. But yeah, so we see that like the amount of times a card was played from a set is up here, and a lot of these older sets have not a ton of cards played because they weren't as good. You see, like Noble Victories has Electric, which is very good, but as a support Pokemon, and then a bunch of like pre-evolutions. Pre-evolutions also make up obviously a good chunk of these cards, but then a lot of these don't have too many cards played. But then when we get to stuff like the Sun and Moon, like the later Sun and Moon era, we'll see more cards are played. So I actually want to go through the top 10 sets, and what those like cards were. That was not the thing I meant to do. I did not want a full screen. Why are you like this, Google? Come on. There we go. Okay, we're back. So yeah, as you can see, the number one set here was Sword and Shield, but I'll start at 10 here. So 10, we got Chilling Reign. I was gonna do a dedicated video for this, but I decided to I'll lump it in here together. This is a bit more of a chill video, a bit of a laid back one. But looking at just data here, we see that we have obviously Sobble is the most played one. Water is the most played type in GLC. It is very arguably the best type in GLC. It has so many good tools, and the Intelligent line is insane. And this is the best Sobble. So it sees a lot of play. Zarude, Guardy. Guardy is kind of weird because Guardy has obviously a bunch of like different final evolutions. Well, it has two different Pokemon, Gardevoir and Glade, and then those have different cards. This is by far the best Gardevoir. There's another one which like doubles energy, which is okay, but this one's a Drongent and like an attacker. And there's also Glade. There is, I think, only one good Glade. The Astral Radiance one. I don't know what other one's been played. And then Ralts. This is actually not the best Ralts, but at the time of the format, it was the best Ralts. I think there have been like 4 Ralts since this came out that have been like better than it, which is kind of silly, but yeah, Chilling Reign was the last set before the creation of the format. And then Golurk as well, a decent card. I'll actually go there. Right now, we'll look at Golurk, but it's just a decent card, decent like attacker. Nothing crazy. And then Castform. The Fire Castform's a decent attacker. Actually, it's a very solid attacker, hitting 150, and then also has free retreat. It's a decent card. Vivid Voltage has Whalemo and Wailord, which are both good. And they're like decent for water. Whale Lord, there have been a number of good Whale Lords. I don't even know what this Whale Lord is. There's this one. Uh, let's see. I think there are some other Whale Lords. Let's see. Obviously, there's this one from Vivid Voltage, which is generally the best one. There's the Silver Tempest one, and any other one that's seen play. Looks like there is. I might have missed it as well, but clearly nothing like too important here. I don't know. There's like a couple of other Warlords, but nothing too good. So yeah, we have the Vivid Voltage and Silver Tempest Warlord. Silver Tempest one is like tankier. This one's a Hydro Pump style attacker. This one needs special energy, so we'll get to special energy in a second. But obviously water doesn't always run special energy, so this Warlord is generally more played. Then Raikou Amazing Rare, a bit of controversial Pokemon. I guess not super controversial, but we also have the Carrier Amazing Rare, which I think is on this list. Yeah, but obviously it got banned, so that's kind of like weird. But it's a good card. Both of them are good cards. I got Charmander because a lot of most Fire lists play Charizard, I think, but there are different Charizards. There is the Vivid Voltage Charizard, but that's not that good. It's not awful, but it's not. It's kind of weird. There's the Team Up Charizard for that one from the theme deck. And then there's gonna be so many Charizards. And then obviously there's the one from Pokemon Go, which gets extra energy. But yeah, I think the most played one is this Charizard. Yeah, and then you have like Donphan, Magearna, which is just a decent like metal Pokemon, Tornadus and Snorlax as well, are actually kind of cool. Lost Thunder is I think the oldest set on this list. Yeah, one of four Sun and Moon sets. The rest are Sword and Shield. I'm surprised no Scarlet and Violet because live. You all know that story. But yeah, so we got a bunch of really interesting cards. We got Trico and Gravile. I think Gravile's like, well, it's really good. It just searches for like a grass Pokemon. It's so good. With a great or a decent stage 2, which is not on this list, not in the top, not played over 100 times. But then we also see Mareep, a very good Mareep, which puts your opponents active to sleep, which is good. Giratina, great Psychic Basic. Wake Huron, which is kind of weird. I'm surprised that was played this much, but I mean, it's a water Pokemon. Yeah, and then Zebstrika. Zebstrika is so good as well. It's like the best laning Pokemon in the game. It's super game defining, and I really like it. As I'm a lightning type player generally, so yeah, I like it. Then we got ourselves Evolving Skies. Obviously Flaffy. This is the only set, unsurprisingly, to come out. Oh wait, no, this is not. This is one of the 2 sets to come out since the creation of the format that are featured in the top 10 best sets. Flaffy is very good. Then Regieleki, also a decent attacker. Wishiwashi, Drampa, Galarian Articuno, and Galarian Moltres are all very powerful basics. Drampa's a dragon type. It's a cool dragon Pokemon. I think it's a fun one. It has like boosted dragon up a little bit. And then Cosmic Eclipse only has 5 cards over 100 plays, but they're all big basics. I'm going to take a look at the overall most played Pokemon in a second, but I believe Blacephalon and Guzzlord are both their type's most played Pokemon, which is insane. They're so good. Blacephalon is kind of like Sableye, but it's arguably, and in GLC it's better because you don't need to be playing Lost Zone, which is not good. It also isn't unplayable, but it's not great. And then like you have Guzzlord, which is just so good. Arguably, ban worthy. I have a video about, or I don't know, it's something. I have a special surprise that I might release related to GLCs and bans, which will be something. I don't know if you'll be interested in it. I think it'll be kind of funny, but anyway, yeah, Wishiwashi. There's 2 Wishiwashis. The other one from is it? I've forgotten which set it's from. Oh, from is it Silver Temp? I don't. I can look it up. Evolving Skies. Okay, yeah, oh, because it's like right there, yeah. There's the 2 Wishiwashis. That's not the right Wishiwashi. This one, which is like in my opinion, the worst attack name ever, was Schooling Shot, and then it's an energy ramp style attack with big HP when you have 3 energy attached. Obviously, things can go wrong if the ability is turned off. This other one, 180 HP, 130 for 3, and then if it's hit into, if you flip tails, or if it's damaged, and you flip tails, then it like goes shuffled back into the deck, which is like healing, but also you like lose it. It's a very strange card. Yeah, and then although they're both very good cards. Team Up has a wide variety of very solid cards. Zapdos, a very solid lightning attacker. It's a bit like a weakened amount of damage output it has, but it is decent in that deck. Arguably, the build around of the deck. Pidgeotto, a very good colorless Drongin, part of the very good colorless Drongin. It's not the best, but it's still very good. Lapras was played. I think it. Um, there's some other good Laprases though. You have what is this Lapras? I don't even like know what this Lapras is. But yeah, anyway, the Lapras you have here that you want to be using is going to be there's this Rapid Strike Lapras which like does snipe, which is pretty good. But the Lapras they're looking at here is the team up one, which is like a energy ramp style attacker, which is very common. Aerodactyl, again, a bit of a controversial Pokemon, leading to the ban of Pokemon Research Lab, which is interesting. It's a decent card. Bronzor. Apparently, this is the Bronzor that people play because it can evolve fast. Dragonite, Articuno, Hitmonchan, and Hitmonlee for the Hitmon decks. And apparently, one person played Hitmonchan without Hitmonlee. It could be multiple, but I doubt anyone played Hitmonlee without Hitmonchan. And Articuno actually worked with Kyogre Amazing Rare, so that's kind of why it is decently high, but not super high because it got banned. Kyogre got banned, not Articuno. Unbroken Bonds is really interesting. Mew with arguably the most like the best utility card in the format. With like bench barrier plus an attack. I forgot that you like can't search from Mew in this because it shows like everything, every set card from 151. But yeah, there's another Mew, but not quite as good. Spiritomb, I really like a Spiritomb. It's just like a good attacker. Apparently, this is the best War Turtle. Volcanion. You got classic from this set. Porygon. What's this? Is this Porygon? It doesn't say what it is. A Porygon Z. Okay, and then you got Porygon 2. Or no, that's just Porygon. Okay, Porygon 2 is from a different set, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so you got Porygon Z, a great accelerator. Salazzle, a very good draw engine. Weezing for spread, and then the Hitmontop, which works with the Hitmons, which were not released in the same set, which is a little weird in my opinion, but that's what it is. You got Shining Fate. Shining Fate is such a weird set. You got Frostmoth from this set, which obviously Frostmoth was also in Sword and Shield, but Limitless counts the newest set, so I don't believe. I just changed the thing. I don't believe Sword and Shield Frostmoth ever technically got played. And got Galarian, Wheezing, and Galarian and Coughing, like super good for Dark. Rillaboom, obviously great for Grass. The Snom from Shining Fates is very good. Some people play the Snom from Sword and Shield, and there's even a Snom from Brilliant. Oh, wait, is it Brilliant Stars? I think. Yeah, there's a Snom from Fusion Strike apparently, which is also played some. And then we got Thwackey. The best Thwackey is from Shining Fates, and then we got ourselves Kyogre, Amazing Rare, controversial, got banned, all that good stuff. But yeah, good card. Then we got ourselves Brilliant Stars, which is a relatively new set. Obviously, it's not like super new, but for GLC, it's really since the beginning of GLC. You got Liepard and Grottle and Minccino. That's not Minccino. You got Liepard and Grottle though, amazing engines. Liepard just like changed the format so much. Very similar to Kirlia. I mean, it's like the same ability. Two types without great draw engines, so just helped out so much. Arguably too good, but whatever. Then we got Grottle, Torterra. Torterra is so strong. Grottle is a decent setup card. Because we looked at Gravile and or is it Grovile? Grottle. I don't know how to pronounce Grottle and Gravile or whatever. But the same ability, but like Grovile is considered super good, and Grottle's like better because Torterra is insanely good. The best Minccino, you got yourself. Manaphy, a great utility card. Barrel, another great color Strontium, one of the big three. Pidgeotto, and we'll look at Chichino in a second. A Druddigon, a very good dragon attacker. Garchomp, a Druddigon kind of pairs with Drampa from Evolving Skies. Those two are like kind of similar. Although Druddigon is probably better. Garchomp, this is the Garchomp, which is just invincible when you play it. There are some other good Garchomps, but this is generally the one people play. Random like Metal Heatran, and then we got ourselves Empoleon, which apparently people play in certain decks. It's kind of weird to play because do you like play it if you don't have any cards in hand? It's a card, but so it's a fun one. And then Sword and Shield, this is the best set with Drizzle and Italian just hard carrying. Is okay. We'll go to the main list, and you see Drizzle and Italian just topping the list. Tuno is also very good. Apparently the best Grookey. Yourself some Sobble, which people played for some reason, and the Snom, and then Glen Zigzagoon. Or no, that's Glen Berserker. Glen Zigzagoon was a bit lower on the list. And Capraj, apparently, like, I mean, I know they're good, but some of the most played metal Pokemon. But yeah, those are the top like played cards and top sets. Other top played cards, Octillery, obviously, like, is so good. I don't think there are any. Oh, there's the Rapid Strike Artillery, which sees occasional play, but not very much. And like the top 6 cards are all water, which is just insane. And then we got Blacephalon Guzzler. Then we got another water Pokemon, Alolan Vulpix. And we got Glare and Wheezing and Coughing, which are so good. They're just like really good. In my opinion, Marshadow, in my opinion, might be deserving of a ban. It's a bit too good. There's a red card as well, which is like Marshadow. And in the power level of Marshadow is a bit debatable, but you can like Marshadow plus Wobbuffet turn on, which is like so toxic. Malamar is obviously good as well. Like you see, the top type is water, and then the top type is a psychic. Dark is also very good. Blastoise is weird because obviously it gets outclassed by Excalibur, which has been played. Let's see, Excalibur has been played a total of 44 times, which is obviously not that many, but that's because like you can't really play GLC now. You like kind of can, but it's really awkward. So, but obviously like Excalibur replaces Blastoise, which is kind of weird, and Frostmoth is better than Blastoise, so it's kind of strange. But then you see, let's see, Inkay is like the first Pokemon that's just like super random. Like Sobble, obviously, it's like a decent setup card. Obviously, Alolan Vulpix it evolves, but people don't play the evolution. Are there any good Alolan Ninetales? Um, I don't think so. There's one Alolan Ninetales. I thought there was more than that. I didn't realize there was only one. Well, that's not good. Don't play that. And there's like a decent like fair one, but you can't play that. And yeah, and then Coughing helps set up Grand Wheezing. Yeah, and then we just see like Inkay just randomly here. Now, Liepard is so good. Like Dark is good, but then Liepard just came in and like was so much better. I'm surprised it's higher than. I guess Dark is maybe better than Psychic. Dark and Psychic are kind of similar. I mean, the types function very differently, but they're both like runner-up types. Because you have like Curly as well, which has got to be pretty high up. We get to Glen Moltres, and then we get to our first Pokemon outside those 3 types in Zarude. So unsurprisingly, we get the 4th type here being Grass, which is really hyped. We see like Shining Genesect, Torterra, Venusaur. I didn't talk about yet, but it's good. It's the same as like a Guardia, Charizard, doubling your energy. You got Grottle. You got some like insane cards. Anything else to talk about? Zoroark. The Zoroark there's a bunch of Zoroarks. But the one that switched in is the most played one so far. With stand-in, you could wait. Is this the right one? I think this is the right one. There's also this one, which is decent. Copying attack and searching for card. You have this one. You actually have this one, which is iconic, but not that good. This one, it hits for decent damage. I guess it's not that good. But yeah, like you got 2 insane Zoroarks here, and you got some other ones that are just pretty alright as well. Then we got ourselves Weavile again, another great dark card. Rillaboom. Let's see, what's the next type? Then we got Lightning, Zebstrika, Electric, just like so good. I mean, Flappy is like so much better than Electric because there's a good Mareep and there's a bunch of decent Amphrosts. Which you got. Let's see, which is the most played Ampharos? Let's go to the start of the list. How does it go through this? There you go. So you got the Darkness Ablaze Ampharos, which is the most played one. It did come out the earliest, but it doesn't matter too much. You got the Lost Thunder. This is my favorite one. I really like it. It's like decent. Then they got the Chilling Rain, and then you got, wait, what are the numbers on this? Yeah, these aren't played that much. That one's 23. Yeah, the highest played one. So maybe like 100 people have played Ampharos. Probably less, actually. And you got the Dragon's Exalted, I think. Which set is that? Is this Dragon's Exalted? Yeah, okay. And then you got ourselves the Evolving Skies Ampharos, which actually, it's very expensive. The Dragon's Exalted one, I don't know what it does. Oh, this like ping. This is like a spread based one. This one's also spread. I feel like the Lost Thunder one's really good. I like it a lot. It's fun. The Ampharos from Chilling Reign is also decent, but kind of inconsistent. And then the one from Darkness Ablaze is all right. It's not even that good, but it's an Ampharos, so you know. And then you got yourselves. Um, Following that, you got yourselves like color stuff. So you got Minccino. Um, and yeah, you see some other stuff here. Pidgeotto, Kangaskhan. Let's see, what's the next type up there? You got, oh no, that's Necrozma, which is Psychic. You yourself a Roserade. Roserade's like a weird card. Because it's like a good card. It lets you like search for Pokemon. Or no, search for anything when you play it. It was just good, but it's kind of like one that flew under the radar for a while as well. And then you got ourselves. Oh, Musharna's interesting. Musharna's kind of bad. I think it's not really played too much anymore because it's like Curlia. Yeah, you may look at the top two, put one to your hand, and put the other one back on top. It's kind of like Pidgeotto, but it's worse because like the other one you can just draw again, which isn't ideal, but it's a card. And Dragapult also. Dragapult's really good. I think I missed it. I kind of like skimmed past it. And then we got some fire with Magcargo. And you kind of see how it's going with some like decent cards, but nothing like insanely good. I mean, there are some very good cards in here, but nothing like as polarizing, except for like Kyogre. Obviously, Kyogre was very good for a while until it was banned, which is, I guess, it deserved to be banned. But I don't know. It's kind of strange. And then we see like, you know, a lot of these sets just have like random cards. I think I have all the main sets here. One of the sets had like essentially no cards played from it. It was like really sad. I might have cut the set. There's some like main set that was just very sad. Oh, but the set that was not so sad, that has not had a lot of cards played from it, is I think it was Shining Legends. Oh no, Detective Pikachu. Detective Pikachu has the only good card from it. Well, there's this Greninja, which is, and this Morlul, which like what? When then you have Bulbasaur played like 300 times, which is really funny. But then the newest sets, I think, is there's some okay data. You got Reverum, obviously very good. Like it's the best Metal Engine. It's very good. Yeah, Annihilate, decent. Annihilate's good. Obviously, you got to look at the Primeapes. But then there aren't any like great Primeapes, I don't think. There's some like okay ones though. Um, but yeah, like Primeapes, like there have been some decent Primeapes, but Annihilape is like super good. And Lucario, you got Skwovet. Skwovet's kind of weird, but I guess it's decent. And Cyclizar's decent. You got some like okay cards, but nothing super good here. That like screams amazing. Ralts is good, I guess. Oh, Armrouge is pretty good in my opinion. Tatsugiri is also decent. So Titan's decent. I feel like these cards could see more play. But obviously they haven't seen very much. Pally Evolved, obviously, like Bexcalibur is super good. Tinkaton is also, is this Tinkaton? Yeah, it's Tinkaton. Tinkaton, great draw engine, decent attacker. Oh no, this Paldea Evolves to Titan. Yeah, I was thinking of the wrong Titan. What's the other Titan? Apparently the other Titan is, oh, this one. Yeah, this isn't the good one. This is the good one. Played in Zoroark, very good attacker. Pelipper is decent in my opinion as well. It's a decent card just for, not in standard. It's a bit awkward. It's okay in standard. It's underplayed, but in here it's decent. Glimmora I feel like is pretty good. Fighting's not a great type, but Glimmora is a decent card. Just a generic decent card. That's about it from this set. Then we got ourselves Obsidian Flames, which has Thundurus and Entei. Entei's apparently like super broken. Because if you look at like tournament data, you look at decks. Oh, apparently Paradox Drift like doesn't work at all as well. So I don't know what's going on there. But GLC got Obsidian Flames, and the highest win rate by far is Fire. I think it's fluky because it only has 8 plays, but like Psychic's really good, but then Fire is like so high up above it, and this because of probably Entei. Because if you look at like the set before and like Paldea Evolved, Fire is like bad, like really bad. And then if you look at like Scotland Violet, Fire is like really bad, like really, really, really garbage. And then the set before that, and Silver Tempest, Fire is again not great. It's like okay, but like Obsidian Flames is just like stupid good. Let's see, what are the matchups? Like, how does it have an 83% win rate against like water? That doesn't like just seems absurd. I mean, it has like a positive win rate against like essentially everything because it's when like almost all has been gained. It's absurd. But it's mostly just one person. which means that they're probably good. And that's what's happening. But Entei is like super good. There was another okay Entei as well, but Thundurus also good. Thundurus is super polar, or I don't know, I'd say polar isn't super like game changing because it is like a pseudo bench bear. It's a really strange card, but it hits hard. It's like good, I guess. Palafin, in my opinion, also very good. Clef is okay. What is this Glimmet? I don't really know. And I don't care that much, honestly, either. We get the funny Whiscash. Nothing too crazy here, though. King Gambit is, like, cool, I guess. And then we see, from 151, Dodrio is good. And that's it. Yeah, Dodrio is good. But anyway, I hope, oh, that's not it. We got to look at trainers, too. So first of all, energy. Apparently, so this is sorted backwards. Apparently, one person played V-Guard, one person played Regenerative, which seems like really, really bad because they don't do anything. There we go. Let's sort it like this. Double Colorless, unsurprisingly, the most played a substantial amount more than Twin, which is kind of funny. But anyway, they're the same card, and like Double Turbos played some, but not that much. I think it was played. I don't remember. Double Turbos played some, but obviously it's worse than Twinner. Double colorless counter energy is in between twin and double colorless, even though they're the same. Obviously, that's good, very universal. All these are universal. You got like the type specific energy, so you get like water is clearly the best type. Capture's decent. Splash is played apparently a bunch, and Horse Psychic. As you see, like the good type specific energies of the good types are just rising to the top, and that's about it. Like there's some other decent ones, but they're kind of specific. Yeah, I would not recommend Vigo to Regenerative though; those are bad. And then trainers though. So highest played trainers are, and I have some highlighted. I believe these are the ones that came out since the creation of the format, which I'll go over quickly. But yeah, the top ones we got Iono played, obviously a bunch. It's very good, but like it's very new. It's the newest Scarlet Violet one. But then Story Mountains, Irida, Pat Helmet, Gloria, Hisuian Heavy Ball, and Raihan are all played a decent amount, and they obviously came out since the creation of the format. Two are from Falling Skies. Two are from Astral Radiance. And how much? What? Silver Tempest. Gloria is Brilliant Stars. Yeah. Oh, no, but Pahom was also Brilliant Stars? Oh, yeah, it was. Okay. Oops. Okay, so two are from Brilliant Stars as well. I did not realize that. So that's cool, I guess, but nothing crazy there. The top 10 most played, so the top 5 are all items, which is absurd. 4 of them are Ball Search, and then one's Versus Seeker, which is just absurd. Gameplay Level Ball and Evo Instants are played more than Quick Ball. I feel like Quick Ball should be like in every deck. None of the cards are played in every deck, which is surprising. Oh, it's not surprising, but none were like even close to like pushing it. But I guess that's a cool thing, meaning that there's some diversity. Obviously, these cards are just like so good. Yeah, and then I guess every deck play needs like evolutions, pretty much. Nest level ball, you don't necessarily need in every deck. And then you got some supports in N and Guzma. Guzma's played like substantially more than Boss, which I don't remember where Boss is like somewhere in here. I'll find it in a second, I'm sure. But yeah, Boss is like good, but also Boss is fighting with Guzma, so yeah, and then you got yourself N. Obviously, N's like Iono, but N has been out the whole format. Floatstone is a good tool, obviously, and Marnie, another great supporter, because decks don't like discarding as much. And we see Cynthia over like Research. Ultra Ball, again, played pretty highly, but not quite as highly. Then we got Colress, Rescue Stretcher, Evo Soda, another like Ball Search. Teammates is the top supporter here that's not just like Draw or Guzma, which is kind of surprising. I guess it makes sense. It's very good. I feel like Raihan's better, but Raihan did come out later as well, so that kind of makes sense. Teammates is very good, and Raihan are very good because they're pretty much useful in every deck. Tate and Liza is pretty highly played in my opinion. I think Andrew Mahone hypes it up a little too much. It's not like a bad card, and I don't think it's crazy that it's played that much, but it doesn't draw very much, and I mean it draws like an okay amount, and the switch is okay, but I might rather play Bird Keeper. I'm not sure. I don't think either are like elite cards. Oh yeah, there we go. Boss is played. It's not that much less than Guzma. I mean it's a noticeable amount, but like so I think Boss is still good. I guess Guzma is better than Boss, right? Field Blowers played highly, which I guess makes sense. Rare Candy also unsurprisingly played highly. Cindy and Caitlyn played really highly. It doesn't allow you to reuse a supporter, which is good. I guess it makes sense at time, but it's a little weird. Bridget played more than Gloria, but not by that much, which is a bit surprising. I bet people played Gloria instead of Bridget if they just wanted one. That's probably what I'm assuming is happening. That's why it's so close. Um, Ball Guy, one of the funnier cards in the format. For all you who love balls out there, you also got Escape Rope, Research, not played super highly, just next to Professor's Letter. Um, Super Rod is very good. Obviously, Ordinary Rod as well, very good. And then we get to Ordinary Rod is like right there, yeah. And then Muscle Band, but then Scoop Net. I think Scoop Net should be in like every deck. It's super good. It's healing. It's switching. It's reusing like things. It's just so good. What did I even like open? Um, I don't know. I don't think you guys should see that. Anyway, it's like open some weird tab. And the rest of the stuff gets kind of boring, and not too many type specific things. If we look at type specific things, hopefully I don't miss any. Oh, Hexmaniac is here, which is kind of whatever. You got yourselves Dive Ball, Brooklet Hill. Brooklet Hill is playable by multiple types, but obviously mostly water. Dive Ball, obviously water. Mysterious Treasure, played by multiple types, are decent and will be played in like every deck that plays either of those types. Is super good. Yourselves, was that Fog Crystal like really close? I don't know. I might have missed it. And then Sycamore. Sycamore's played a decent amount. And Juniper as well. So I guess they take up a bunch of spots of Research as well, which kind of makes sense. Meaning Research would actually be played as like a super high card, which I guess makes sense. Yeah, Frog Crystal you got. Oh, Cape's like super good, obviously, because it just like 50 extra HP to like any basic. Nessa, Bucket, Dimension Valley, Turffield, Dark Patch, Stormy Mountains. Beastring's not type specific, but I think it's mostly played by Dark. I don't know if other types play it. Pier's a type specific, and then we got Reset Stamp, a card banned and expanded, not played very much in GLC. It's played some. It's a decent card, but not broken. Winona is good, I guess. And Rough Seas. Rough Seas played more than I thought. It is played by two of the best types. Water like the best type, and Lightning top 5 probably. Let's see, is Lightning? Yeah, Lightning is probably top 5. Colorless is also debatably top 5. We've recently got a card banned. I don't think that card is banned worthy, but again, that's for another day. I think the top 6 is like pretty clear. And the other 5 are like not great. They all have some issues, but anyway, yeah. So you got those cards there, and that's about it. I don't think there's some like weird cards played from time to time. Obviously, like who plays, which is like something crazy, like Wait and See Turbo. Why do you play that? Torrenting Spray getting crazy in here. And so that who would play Rusted Sword? Rusted Sword doesn't do anything. Like red blue, just not, I think that does something. But Rusted Sword doesn't do anything. It's just like why? Let's see any other cards that don't do anything. We got ourselves Heat Factory Prism Star. Okay, I don't know. So I don't know why this is on the list. Obviously, I guess something weird happened. Because that's not allowed, right? The Prism Star cards are not allowed. It is the only Prism Star. Obviously, it's not allowed. I don't know. Someone like messed up. I've occasionally seen people mess up and submit lists with like things you can't play. Yeah, but don't obviously you can't play that. But yeah, overall that's it for this video. A bit all over the place, but I want to take a look at GLC and this data that I collected. I literally had to learn like another programming language. Not completely, but I had to learn a bunch of programming stuff to figure it out. But it was kind of fun. But I hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider subscribing. I'll be doing some more GLC stuff in the future. And as always, I'm excited to see you next time.